Hi guys, it's Chris with City Girl Homestead. I figured it's been a while since we did a Wacky Wednesday, and I've got some bananas that need to be used up. I don't know, it's just like the potatoes and the onions. Everything lately seems to be going bad faster. I don't get it. So I decided to make some chocolate chip banana bars. So I'm going to use a half a cup of softened butter. Maybe. Let's get all that off of there. It says to use unsalted, but I don't use unsalted, so it'll have to be salted. Alright. Put that off to the side. And then we need a cup of packed brown sugar. And then we're just going to mix that together. Magically how the noise just stops. Alright, so now we need to add 1 egg. And we need 1 cup of flour. And it calls for a half a teaspoon of salt. But because I'm using salted butter, I'm only going to use 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt. Alright, and then it calls for 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla. I just dropped the top on the floor. Alright. Put that somewhere it's not going to get tipped over. That would not be good. Alright, and then we're going to mix that up real quick first. Alright, so I got that mixed together. And now we need a cup of banana, which they say is 2 large bananas. So we're going to mash those up pretty good. I know usually these last the whole week for Tom, because he takes a banana every day to work. But it's not happening like that right now. And I've been buying them green. I guess I'll have to go back to putting stuff around the ends of them probably. Alright, there's one. My countertop to me seems really small today. I don't know why, but it does. Like I don't have enough room for anything. It's crazy. And it's the same countertop that was there yesterday. Maybe it's because I got all the big containers out. Could be. I don't like to see anything go to waste, and when they get really brown, he doesn't want to eat them anyway. He's got one more left over there. He'll take to tomorrow. And then he'll be off for the rest of the week anyway, so he won't need any more. Alrighty. And I try to go no waste. Alright, so let's mix that in there with it. Alright, before I finish that, it does ask you to use parchment paper, but, well, I'm out. So I'm going to spray my 8x8 pan really nice, since I won't be able to just lift it out. I ordered some, but it won't be here till Thursday. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do is add 3/4 of a cup of chocolate chips. But we actually want to save a little bit so that we can add them to the top. Let's mix that together. It doesn't seem very chocolatey, does it? Well, look how nice that is. That's really nice and smooth. Alright, so we're going to pour that into the pan. Sorry about that. Sometimes it hits harder in the sink than I thought it would. Alrighty. Now you're going to take the rest of those chocolate chips and put them on top. That'll make it more chocolatey. And then it's going to go in that 350 oven for, I will tell you in 1 second here, maybe, for 33 to 37 minutes. Alright, so I thought because it was Wacky Wednesday and we do something different. I actually watch videos of different kinds all the time. So I thought that what I'd do is I watched this video on 15 Amish survival items. And I thought I'd read those off to you. Number 1 is a cast iron cookware. I do agree with that because cast iron can be used over open fire. It can be used on coals, on wood, you know, your gas stove, electric stove. It is so versatile. And they even made a point. Makes a great weapon. I don't think I'd want to get hit by that thing. Number 2 is canning supplies. You guys know I learned to can not quite 4 years ago. And honestly, I think everybody should learn. Even if it's just plain water bathing, I think everybody should learn. Number 3 is oil lamps and lanterns. I do have oil lamps in my dining room. I have some in the basement, and I do have the oil down there as well. Wood stove. That's something I wished I had, but honestly, I don't know where I'd put it in my house. I don't have a very big house. It's not even 1,000 square feet, so it's quite a bit under that, actually. So I don't know where I would put it. Number 5 is a manual grain mill. And, you know, I think that would be a great idea, especially people that are having issues with gluten. I know that how that feels, and it sucks. But I think that a lot of it is what they add to the their wheat and stuff, and that maybe if you could mill your own, it actually might be a little bit healthier for you. This is something else I wished I could have. Number 6, a root cellar. I have a basement. It stays pretty cool. So it's great for my canning and my canned jars, you know, my regular canned food. It's great because it doesn't get too hot, too cold down there. But I would love to have a root cellar for, like, when you buy those 50 pounds potatoes or carrots or, you know, squash or whatever, it actually stays a great temp. And I remember my grandma's house. You would have to go outside to go down to the basement. And when you walk down the basement, you could actually feel that cool hitting you because, first of all, it was a Michigan basement. But, and that smell. But the first part of the basement you walked into, yeah, it was dirt floor, but my grandpa had made it so that, you know, he could use it as a workshop. Then they had the old wooden door that you had the hook and everything. You walk into there, and man, was it cool. That was what she considered her root cellar. And then past that, she had just a crawl space. But you could keep things down there forever. I mean, it was that cool in that room. Number 7 is quilts. And they are, I think, warmer than a lot of the blankets you buy. Quilts are nice. 8 is sewing supplies. And actually, through Little Dusty's, what I've been doing lately is I have needles and stuff like that. But every once in a while, you know, because a lot of those are estates of people that have died. So they'll have, you know, different threads and whatever. And thread, if you guys haven't seen, is so expensive now. So if it's a little box of thread and it's not too expensive, then I'll grab that. Number 9 is heirloom seeds. I have tons of seeds. Tons and tons of seeds. And I think that's important. Because if things go down, you need to be able to still plant food. Number 10 is herbal remedies. And actually, if you go to buy me a coffee, there's a book that I'd like to get. And it's on making remedies for yourself. And I do want to look more into, like, you know, diabetes and stuff like that, is if there's more herbal remedies, and since you know I'm not taking either one of the shots. Number 11 is hand tools. I think we should have those anyways. I mean, I know even Tom's guilty of it. Everything is his, you know, battery packs and whatever. But what happens if you can't charge those batteries? All right. Number 12 is gardening tools. I think that's important. Hose, you know, shovels, things like that. Those are important. This is something else I don't have, is a hand crank radio. I've never even seen one, but I've heard that even the Amish do use them to keep on track of stuff. Number 14 is a bicycle. My fat butt had a bicycle a few years back, and I got rid of it. I would love to get one like my grandma had, those three-wheelers. Those were really cool. And they had one at Little Dusty's a few weeks ago, but it went for really expensive. But I would love to get one of those. Us kids, when we were little, we used to love it. She had a basket in the back, and us kids rode it more than she ever did. And I mean, for being kids, we weren't ashamed to buy it, nothing. We love that tricycle. And then number 15, we do have a small thing out there for rainwater. But if necessary and need be, we would actually, you know, incorporate more. I know a lot of states and cities won't let you do that. So far, our state and city hasn't been like that. But there are a lot. And it makes you wonder why. Like, why is that? But anyway, so those are 15 Amish survival items I thought I'd bring across to you guys, because I thought it was pretty cool, some of the things that are on there. And I agree with all of them. I really do. So we're going to get this to cooking and finish it up, and then I'll be back. All right, so it's done. Isn't that pretty? I'm going to take a little tiny test and see what I think. It just came out of the oven, so it's piping hot. It's soft and airy, and it tastes really good. I do like it. I think Tom's going to like it too. So anyway, Tom, I had a question that said, would I post it if there was a failure? Yes. I have said at the end of videos, I would do this differently or do that differently. Whatever. How it works on my channel is I do not videotape days in advance. I have no videos that can wait to go out, nothing like that. When I sit down to make dinner at around 3 o'clock, I'm cooking it. When he walks through the door, it goes on the table hot, even if I have to warm it back up. So no, I don't redo anything, nothing. I figure everyday life is everyday life. And sometimes we have failures, sometimes we have successes. Actually, one of the things I'm cooking tonight is because something didn't set right. And it's still in my basement. It's plenty good, whatever. But I'll use it for something else. So you'll see that tonight too. As far as Tom liking stuff, he loves food. He says the same thing his cousin does. Anything that starts with F and ends in D, he'll eat. He's not a coconut fan, marshmallow fan. He doesn't like broccoli, and he doesn't like cauliflower. He didn't like liver. So, like yesterday, I said when I was cooking that, I cut the cauliflower up into smaller pieces. As long as I do that, he'll eat it. You can tell if he likes something. He'll always probably tell me. Not always, but if he's like, yeah, it's all right. He's not the biggest fan. You know, I don't know that he would ever come out and tell me straight out. I mean, he has, but, you know, like, that's really disgusting. Don't eat it. Don't ever make it again. He has never, ever said that to me. And, him and I are brought up in an era where you eat what was put in front of you. But, honestly, I haven't found anything that he didn't like. And that's being truthful. So if I do have a failure, you will know it. Like I always say, if it doesn't work, there's always Olympic broil. We live right around the corner from a restaurant that fast food place that we could get something to eat. I take chances that hopefully that he'll like everything, and that, you know, he has. And like, I've had Jack over here. We've been feeding Jimmy since Jack's not home, and he's like, Jack doesn't ever have to come home. But when you get someone like Tom that is not fussy and he loves food, you just kind of, like Carrie said, you kind of look at him and he'll go, okay, you know. You'll see. Or if he's really, really tired and, you know, he really just wants to eat and go to bed, he'll keep his head down and he's exhausted. Before they took all the overtime away from him, he was working 60 hours a week. Plus, he was 6 days a week for 24 hours a day, 24 hours a week in driving. So he was doing 84 hours a week, and he's 66 years old. So there are days that he comes home and he's exhausted. So that's just how that works. No overtime right now, so he works 4 days a week. But, yeah, so I would tell you, and I do tell you, if there's something I would do different. You know, because you don't know. You can take a recipe and you can make it your own and it doesn't turn out. You can take someone else's recipe and you're like, I need to add this, this, and this. And that's why a lot of times I change things. So for that question, I did address it in the comments, but I just wanted to tell you guys, I will tell you, if something doesn't work out, it's too mushy, it's this, it's that, or whatever, I will tell you that. I don't like someone that they cook something and then, you know, oh, it was wonderful and it was nasty, you know, and because you guys take from me what I say or from what Tom says, and that's how you know, well, they liked it, we must be going to like it, right? So I will not lie to you and tell you something was good. And we've never had to go to Olympic Grill for dinner. So I guess that's a good sign. And anybody that's ate my leftovers have never complained. Nobody's died. Nobody's ever said, man, that was nasty. So, because I do really think about what I make. You know, like, would those ingredients really go good together? And I've even said, like, oh, I don't know about this, but it ends up turning out good. So for that question, he's never been, you know, like, oh my gosh, I'm going to kill you if you cook that again or anything like that. No. So, anyways, let me know if you guys want to do a Wacky Wednesday once in a while. It's just something different. I needed to use up some bananas. I am trying to get watch time and hours up because Tom's income is way down. Mine is way down. And the only way I can maybe fix things is maybe do better on YouTube as well. I'm not begging you don't have to watch more. You don't have to do any of that. But I'm just saying that if you'd like to see more, let me know. Because I enjoy being here with you guys. I love sitting here talking with you guys. And, you know, someone made a comment about how much farther I've come and been able to, you know, like, mingle in with you guys a little bit better. Because when I'm sitting here and, like, when I do my Thankful Thursdays and Fun Fridays, it really does feel like I'm sitting here with you guys. And, yeah, I'm looking into my phone. I can see what I'm doing. But I can just picture you guys out there and, like, you're like, go, Chrisser. You know, no, that's gross. Whatever. You know what I mean? And I really can picture you guys there. So I enjoy it. And it's actually the first job in my whole entire 57 years of life that I actually enjoy. It's a lot of work and finding, prepping, and shopping, and doing this and doing that, but actually it's been a joy, and I love doing my YouTube channel. I really do. And I love you guys. So, thanks for watching. Sorry for babbling on. I do that a lot, but give this a try. It's really good. You guys have a blessed day. Be a blessing, and I'll see you at supper.